On Take 5 for Foodies over the past, I don't know, what has it been, 30, 40, 50 years, we've been getting together talking about every aspect of food. But we've never talked about brain food before. And we're going to now. It's a very serious subject, but it's also fun because it's all about food and dining. And you know what? The guy who's going to talk about it, he's fun too. Beau MacMillan, one of the great personalities in the world of cuisine. You're a fun chef, and the people at Iron Chefs thought so too, as far back as
2006. Yeah, that was my first venture with Bobby Flay.
Oh, that
had
was,
a blast.
Yeah, but he's serious too.
He's a tough customer, and it was an intense battle.
And then they invited you back.
They invited me back in 2010. I battled on Next Iron Chef, which was an amazing, another stressful roller coaster ride of what's next. But obviously, I'm proud that I had the opportunity, and I feel even more proud that I get to represent my community.
And you're representing this community, of
Yes.
course, every night.
Yes.
And sometimes during the day.
Yes.
At Elements Sanctuary. How long have you been there?
You know, I'm going on my 15th year. October will be 15
No,
years.
and I've known you for a long time.
It's
That
true.
surprises me.
Yes. Yeah.
But then again, I was surprised what a guy with a busy reputation like Beau MacMillan, executive chef at Elements, high on a mountain overlooking Paradise Valley, when he became an author.
Yes.
Okay, now, but this isn't just, this is my life in the kitchen. Beau.
No.
What is it?
It is, you know, it's a brain healthy cookbook. And that's funny too, because you surprised and I was surprised as well. But Pat, you know, this book, it started with an idea, and in this business, you know, you think about food, we always talk about the bridges it builds between people. Mm-hmm. The relationship you and I had is very much responsible for what happened here. And I look back at the date as a day in my life where you had dined in the restaurant, and I got that wonderful phone call that said you were bringing a friend in and you wanted me to meet him. We cooked dinner. You had a great experience. I get to come out to the table and say hello. I'm introduced to a friend, and the friend is a doctor. And the doctor, Marwan Sabbagh, of course, shook my hand and said, Beau, I'm working on some stuff and I'd like to talk to you about it.
Dr. Marwan Sabbagh, having been a guest here, but also one of the world's leading authorities on Alzheimer's disease.
100% genius. I mean, his knowledge alone with the medical science and the information is beyond my pay scale. And I got to tell you, when he approached me after that meal and said, I'd like you to be involved in the book, I'd like for you to be able to create the recipes, my first question or my first thought process was to him, you know, I don't know much about this disease, but I know it affects so many people. And I know that his intentions were to help and to do something good for the community, for his, you know, he wants to work himself out of a job.
But you've discovered now what brain food is.
Yes.
Give us a couple of examples, not of the recipes, because this truly is a gorgeous recipe book, but talk about the foods that do have an effect on memory and the brain.
You know, it's foods that, you know, vitamin-rich driven foods. As chefs, we have a vocab. We also have our culinary index of ingredients. A lot of the ingredients I was familiar with from the get-go, but really what it comes down to is how those ingredients reach your brain, and some of them don't get there as far as supplements, and a lot of ingredients that are great for the good fats, a lot of ingredients that are great for the vitamin nutrients, a lot of ingredients that are great for the anti-inflammatory purposes. So, you know, these ingredients, some of them are hot ingredients right now, like kale, like pomegranate, things you'll find on menus now, and how they're used in becoming more popular. So really, I got this incredible canvas from him, and I just took these ingredients as my palette and then created 100 recipes.
The collaboration between somebody that's thought of as extraordinarily temperamental, that is, an executive chef at a major food and resort establishment, major hospitality establishment, like Sanctuary, and then another field that is known for being intense, and that is
the medical field.
The medical. All of a sudden, you two guys get together. Did you ever scream and yell at one another? Did you ever throw anything?
You know, we didn't. He was my biggest supporter and and just a great coach. And honestly, I mean, you know, from both sides kind of meshing together, we talk about even a dinner experience where it's organic and you kind of create those memories throughout the experience. Food is one of life's most sensual pleasures. And you get those pleasures through aromas, through your senses, through your eyes, through the smells, through the taste, all of that stuff. But this is another dimension. This is how you actually feel. This is what these ingredients do for you in the nourishing, how they feed your soul in a sense. And clean eating, I mean, it's a good, healthy diet that can make you a better person, can make you think clearer, can preserve your health through a long period of time. And I had to really take a step back and think about that. You know, I always basically just thought of like creating food for those senses as opposed to how do you create food that actually nourishes and helps people.
And you have with Dr. Marwan Sabbagh. The problem is as I salivate just thinking about Beau MacMillan's food, I begin to choke up. Yeah. All I can tell you is it is a beautiful cookbook, and made even more beautiful for the people right now who are saying, well, wait a minute, I have somebody in my family that can really benefit from this. The book available at Elements?
It is available at Elements. We sell it at the boutique. I saw it at Barnes & Noble recently.
And the Amazon.
Of course, Amazon.com.
Okay.
And yeah, you crushed it with that point too, because I think that people do use it for both sides. They're going to get that. The recipes are the recipes, and there's good food and bad food in this world. That's it. And food that's cared for. I think these recipes are clean and people will enjoy those flavors and tastes, but there's so much more beyond that. The science and the medical part, I mean, he's a true genius, Marwan, with all the knowledge. And I love that you have the whys in the book. You have the whys that are there.
The Alzheimer's Prevention Cookbook. Boy, that's a positive thought, isn't it? And as Beau said, Dr. Sabbagh loves the idea of maybe no one ever needing him again. I'm glad you stuck around.
I want to stay in business.
And the food industry, of course, is thrilled that you can be with us on KTAR.com.